Yeah. Every law ranging from the first law to the second law to the third law
Mhm.
started bit by bit. What did I mean by that? I said it started bit by bit because, you know, for them for them to start second law, it means they've already started the first law. Are you
That's
getting
true.
me?
Yeah. Yeah.
And maybe things didn't really like work the way they were expecting it, and they started the second law. And remember, I told you it's going to be like a story like today. You understand? So that I'm going to explain. All right. And yesterday that day we talked about what supply and demand is. We said supply is the collection of all resistance. You understand? Do I
Yeah.
remember? And said
Yes.
for support. And said for support is the collection of what? Support is the collection of what? I'm asking.
What's the point? Huh?
If we say resistance is the collection of resistance, sorry, if we say supply is the collection of resistance, so demand is the
Yes.
collection of what?
Of support.
Yeah, thank you very much. So I think I made a mistake in the first question. That was all right. All right. Now, now we're talking about the first law of supply and what? And
Demand.
demand. I hope you are seeing my screen the way I'm writing.
Yeah, I can see.
All right. Now we're talking about the first law of supply and demand. Now, while we talk about the first and support of the first law of demand and supply, it's very simple. It's just saying this. Let's say, for instance, okay, okay, fine.
Yeah.
Now, let's say this is a what? Let's say this is a let's say this is a what is this thing called? This is a supply zone, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is a demand zone. Good. Now, what we're going to say is the first law says if the market is coming, when it gets to demand zone, it's buy. When it gets to supply zone, it's sell. When it get back to
Okay.
demand zone, it's what? It's buy. When it come back to the second zone, to the demand zone, it's
So,
sell. Go back to the supply zone,
mhm.
it's what? When you go back to
Guys.
supply, when you go back to supply zone, it sells. Why is it not clicking? You understand? This is the first
Yeah.
law. You understand? So in this first law, everybody already know when to buy. Everybody already know what when to sell. Are you getting me?
So, yeah. Yeah.
Because you already know that okay, fine. If you want to be a part of this game, it means that when the market gets here, you buy. When it gets here, you sell.
Yes.
When it gets to your
Mhm.
demand zone, you buy. When it gets to your supply zone, you sell. I like
Mhm.
the way I'm writing this thing. It's making it, I feel like it's making it convenient for you, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So next time when it gets to this demand zone again, this demand zone, it's going to what? It's going to buy. So it's easier for me to now tell you that okay. What do you think is going to happen when it gets to this particular place?
Going to
Okay.
sell.
It's going to sell. Exactly. Sell. All right. Do you understand? So
Yeah.
it's as simple as that. That's the what? That's the first law. That's the first law.
Okay.
So now this leads us to the second law. And now, why was there a second law? Now, this is where my story begins. I want you to listen attentively. Now, I'm coming. Let me delete this. So now we're doing second law of demand and supply. I'm coming. So now we have, we want to talk about what? Second law of demand and supply. Second law of demand and supply. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, I can.
Second law of demand and supply. Let me delete all these ones. All right. So let's look at second law of demand and supply. So now the second law, this is how it happened.
Mm-hmm.
I always say that this market was not created for us to make money, but for the big guys to make the money, the owner of the market.
Yeah.
Yeah. The owner of the market, we call them market makers or big guys. So anytime I'm using that word so that you can remember, we call them market makers, market makers, or what? Big
Big
guys.
guys.
Or let's call them big boys. These are the people that what? And control the market. So now they had a meeting. They were like, "No, guys, we can't continue our life like this. Imagine where do we make profit? Because when the market buys, or people already know when to sell. You understand?
Sell, yeah.
They know when to buy. They know when to sell. They know when to buy. They know when to sell. They know when to buy, which is the first law. Where will we make our
Yeah.
money? We are not making our money from this. We are not making this is totally wrong. We are not making our money from this. And they came up with a suggestion. One of them was like, guys, worry no more. I think I have a solution. They are like,
Yeah.
solution? He said, yes, he has a
Yeah.
solution. Okay, now that was when they introduced what? The second law of demand and supply. Now, what did the second law of demand and supply says? Now, the second law of demand and supply says that they are going to trick everybody. Since everybody know when to buy and when to sell, why not trick them?
Yeah.
Okay. They are like, okay, what do you mean by that? He was like, okay, fine. Listen attentively, Dr. Muyo. All right. This will be, this is how the first law looks like. And according to us, we said it means it was going to sell. You understand? When it gets to the demand
Yeah.
supply zone, it's going to what? It's going to sell.
Yeah.
When it gets to demand zone, it's going to what? It's going to buy.
Right.
Let me label it very well. It's going to buy. Let me start from scratch. My label. Oh yeah. Sorry. What's this now? I remember this is the first law. So the first law look like.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm? No.
Yeah.
This is the second law. The second law is like it will look like the first law, but they are trying to trick and be manipulative. Because that's how they can make their money. Before you can break the law, you have to know the law. You understand?
Yeah. Yeah.
So because they know the first law, so they are working with the first law to break it to manipulate people. So that's how we came about second law of demand and supply. All right. So now they said, okay, fine. It means the market was buying before. Let me say this is what
Mhm.
our supply zone up here. And these are what our
Right.
demand zone. So it was just saying that assuming the market was buying before, it was selling. People were happy, thinking that because this meeting they had, it's not like they had it with everybody, it's just within themselves. So nobody will know when it happens. You understand? Are you
Yes.
getting me? So they started buying,
Yeah.
started selling, just like how it was in the first law. Then all of a sudden, it breaks up. You understand? It was not respecting this supply
Yeah.
zone again. And it's possible that it's going to break down. Either ways, it can either break up or break down. Okay, let me
Yeah.
use, I'll say it can either break bluishly or bearishly. You understand? So if it breaks up,
Yeah.
it breaks bluishly. If it breaks down, it breaks bearishly. Are you getting me?
Yeah.
All right. So now, why is that? The psychology behind that is that now, do you know at this point in time, let me say, at this particular point in time here, people will want to sell. There will be sellers there waiting to sell. You understand?
Yeah.
When sellers are, what I mean by that is like people will be here ready to sell, thinking it's still like the first law. You understand? But the way that they did this is the way that people that thought they were going to sell here at this point, they were going to lose their money.
Yeah.
Exactly. And assuming it's broke bearishly too, you understand? People will want to buy here.
Yeah.
There will be buyers waiting here. But the fact that it broke bearishly, people will lose their money. All money
Yeah.
gone. You understand? So now this is now that's what the psychology about the first law and second law. Now, let me finish the second law. It now means that if the market breaks bluishly or it breaks it bearishly, what it's just trying to say is
Mm-hmm.
that in any direction in which the market broke it, it was bluishly. Eh? It means that market wants to continue in that
Yeah.
move. It means the market wants to continue in that move for some time. That is, if it breaks it bluishly just like this, it means the market wants to continue going up, 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 up. You understand? For some time. But before
Yeah.
it goes that up, 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 it will come back to come and pay an homage to that support, to that zone it broke. And say,
Yeah.
hey baby boo, hey boo. Not to disrespect not to not to disrespect you. I am sorry for breaking you. Please let me go. Then after testing and paying homage to that supply zone, it go. Boom.
Goes back up. Yeah.
Up. You know? It breaks with respect. There are some that breaks now without respect. Because these days things are happening. Even in the physical world. But it must always come back to
Yeah.
what? To retest before continuing its what? Its movement. The same goes
Yeah.
to if it was broken bearishly. If you come back to pay an homage and say, I'm sorry for breaking up with you. I'm breaking you. Please let me go. And boom, to continue
Goes back down.
going back down. In the direction it broke it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it took some time. It took some time. I hope you're writing this thing down.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you can, you still have access to the video, so write later. So it took some time. It took some time. It took some time. Are you done?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me delete it then. So it took some time. People were struggling, and like, okay, this second law is something else. It's something else. They keep on shouting. Something that it just changes. It takes time for them to master, ne?
Yeah.
So people were complaining. They're like, oh, it's this, is that, is this, is this. They were happy. The market makers were happy because they were making their money. You understand?
Yeah.
They were making their money because people don't know the deal again. But sooner or later, people started noticing and people started getting because it's something easy. It's just them trying to tell us that it can be broken, and when it breaks, it wants to continue in that direction. People got that formula as well. Then they came back together and say, the market makers and me, they came back together. Let's call them big MM. Let's call them market makers, or call them BB, big boys. Why do they have same? Is that I'm sure they did this for a reason. I'm just trying to think of it. MM market makers and
Yeah.
big boys. So they came and had a meeting
Yeah.
again. They had a meeting again. This will be their second meeting.
Yeah.
They're like, no, what you said, what the idea, the idea you gave to us was nice. But imagine, after some few hours, people are already making money again. I'm like, okay, it's a two-way things. Another person came with an idea. Let us use this thing, first law and second law. Let us mix their eggs together and let those that take the first law miss. Those that take the first law, they miss. They're like, how? It's very simple. It's by playing a manipulation game on the first law and a manipulation game on the what? On the
And the
second
second law.
law. Now ask me, how did it happen? Now this will lead us to the third law of demand and supply. Now, what it now means to happen is, okay, I want you to listen attentively. Yeah. It means when the market is buying from the demand zone, let's call it DZ. Let's call this SZ. DZ means demand zone, SZ means supply zone. When the market was buying, it was selling. Following what? Following the first law,
Yeah.
it got to a point, it wanted to follow the second law. It broke it out. Which is the second law, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They were supposed to retest, right?
Yeah.
Then after the retest, it was supposed to what? Sell and
Go
continue
back down.
selling.
Mhm.
Yes, which is the second law.
Yeah.
But don't forget it now want to manipulate. So instead of it going back down after retesting, it won't go back down. Guess what it's going to do? It will fall in back. Now, what is the idea here? The
Mm-hmm.
idea here now is that people were expecting that it was going to sell after it
So yeah.
retested it. But either ways, it didn't sell. They've lost their money. So this was the idea that people came out with, and they were calling force breakout
Salzburg. Oh,
strategy.
okay.
You've heard about this before, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. But this is the idea. This is the main history of force breakouts. Do you
Yeah.
understand? So
Yeah.
these prices are so respectful in such a way that for every zone they break, they used to come back and say, I'm sorry. You understand? So now,
Yeah.
instead of it retesting, it will fall back in. Then after falling back in, it come back to this zone and pay homage. I'm
Mm-hmm.
sorry. I'm sorry for asking for a break. Because this one now, it didn't break up. It asked for break. You know when you ask for
Yeah.
break is you leave a relationship, you come back in later. So like, I'm sorry, I asked for break. It's because of our indifferences. But right now, I am here to stay. You understand?
Mm.
So indirectly, it just means that if the first breakout happened bearishly,
Yeah.
which is this, it happened bearishly, it means the market wants to break that price what? Bluishly.
Mm.
That is, if the first breakout happened bearishly, down, down, it means that market will break it. It's ready to break what? Bluishly. So once the first breakout
Yeah.
happen, once the first breakout happen, what I'm just trying to tell us is like, once the first breakout, oh, I hope you wrote that already.
Yes, yes.
So it just means that it just means that when the first breakout, I'm coming.
Okay.
When the first breakout, let's call the first breakout FB. When it happened bluishly,
Mm-hmm.
you understand? It means the market wants to move what? Bearishly.
Bearishly.
When the first breakout happens bearishly,
Bearishly.
it means the market wants to move bluishly.
Bullishly.
Are you getting me?
Yeah.
So it's as simple, as simple as that. So it means if the market is coming this way and the first breakout happened like this, the market will come down. This will be considered first breakout.
Mm.
Or to make things like, you don't want to sound like a normal trader, you can call it spring. In this industry, you see a lot of people calling things name, but that doesn't matter. What matters is you understanding the psychology behind
Understanding
it.
the psychology behind, yes.
Yes. Some
Mm.
people self call it turtle soap. I'm saying this so that anytime you are saying this, you will know that it's not as if they are saying something different. You know what they are talking about. If they don't call it
Mm.
different name, there's no way they'll be able to lure you to come and pay for mentorship. Because
Aha.
what your first mentor taught you was first breakout. You are now seeing another mentor talking about spring. You will want to, you understand? You will want to like, what is
Yes.
spring? What is spring again?
What is
Let me
spring? Yes.
let me pay him and know what is spring. Just for you to pay and see that you are paying for the knowledge you have already. So for any strategy that anybody brings out in this life of trading, want to do, my sister, now is you want to relate it with the laws, with the three laws of
The three laws of supply and demand.
exactly. If it doesn't align with it,
Mm.
then it is trash.
Okay.
Now, let me now tell you the importance of this law of demand and supply. Do you know about chart patterns?
Yes.
Good. Name one chart pattern you know for me. Just one. Chart patterns. Name it, name it, name it. Name
Trying to
any chart
remember.
pattern. Eh? I'm coming.
Okay, hold on for me.
Okay. Just I want to how how how
Oh, sorry.
chart how chart patterns were derived from the laws of S and D.
Okay.
Can you see my screen? Now that's what we want to talk about now. Because I want to show you how useful these three laws are and how it has been working in the industry. Now, the first law I would like to talk about is, let me see, everything works with the same line with same psychology. Now we have triangle or symmetric triangle, we have rectangle, we have rising, rising and falling wedge. We have a lot. You understand?
Mm.
We have quite a lot. We have head and shoulder. We have double top. We have double bottom. Are you getting?
Yeah.
I already see all these things down. These are all examples of charts
Chart patterns.
patterns.
Yeah.
You know, I'm happy I got this pen. It's making teaching very easy. All right. Now, I hope you wrote it down. So start with the first one you have on your book.
Okay.
So for every chart pattern, we'll be using the third law because that's the latest law, right? That's what I use now. It doesn't mean the first law, second law does not work, but I always use the third law because that's the superior of everything. Because if you can come and say the first law and second law still work, don't get me wrong. But anything that can make you to think of a third law, it means you'll be using that third law more often compared to you using the first law and second law. You
Mm,
understand? So
yeah.
if the market is plain, I like using the third law because it's giving peace of mind because I know that's the last thing they can do. Do you understand? Unlike me thinking that
Yeah.
let me use first law. If I want to use first law, my mind will be telling me, Alex, what if they use second law? If I use second law, my mind will be telling me what if they use third law? But if I use third law, my mind will be like, well, the third law is the last law, but even why would they use first law and second law when they have third law? And not everybody know about the third
Yeah.
law. You understand?
Yeah.
So that is what we'll now be using. Now, in simple terms of what happens in the third law is the price was consolidating or was ranging. You know, it was ranging from one particular price like this.
Yeah.
So we'll say they call it consolidating, or you can say the price was accumulating.
Okay.
Use accumulating. That's the first one. So what we'll be doing is a price delivery. We call this price delivery.
Okay.
Then after the accumulating, what will happen? The first breakout, right?
Yeah.
We call it manipulation. You understand?
Yeah.
The third law, you call it what? Sorry, I said the third law. The third step that will happen is distribution.
Mm-hmm.
What am I distribution? Do you know after it falls in like this, it makes the first breakout, and after paying the homage, it distributes up. You understand? It breaks.
Okay.
Yeah. So the breaking in the opposite direction of the first breakout, which is this, is what they call the distribution. For it to break this zone, it has to come back and pay homage, right? Before continuing.
Mm-hmm.
It still apply. So we say the fourth is retracement or reversal, which means it can be a retracement or it can be what? A reversal. So yes. So these
Mm-hmm.
are the price delivery of what's happened in the third law. You
Okay.
understand? Are you getting me?
Yeah.
Good. Do you have that or that copy already?
Do I have?
Like, do you have all these things written down already?
Yes, yes. I'm
All
using
right.
my phone.
All right. I hope you are getting one or two things.
Yeah. I
All right.
am, but I think I'm gonna have to come back to this one and read again.
Okay, no problem. All right. So now, I like how fast the class is this morning. I think it's because of the pen.
Yeah.
You know, before I'm writing distribution like this IS3, but now I can easily write because I'm using a pen.
Mm,
So now that those are the price delivery of the
okay.
third law. Now we will now want to see how this loss happens in chart patterns. Now, what are chart
Okay.
patterns? Chart patterns are patterns that mentors use to make things easy. You understand? For
Yeah.
for for upcoming traders, so that when they spot a pattern, they'll be able to know that okay, fine, it wants to sell, it wants to buy. But now the problem is
Yeah.
they will never teach you the law of demand and supply. How are you supposed to know when it's going to buy or when it's going to sell? Because they will tell you it's a breakout strategy
Yeah.
when it breaks bearishly, but they will never tell you that it can be a false breakout. The reason why the false breakouts happened, they won't tell you. See, if I give you a formula,
Yeah.
if I give you a formula and say, okay,
Yeah.
this is a formula, F equals to MA. I give to you that, okay, force equals to mass times acceleration. That is a normal fundamental formula of what? Of force. You understand? And you just know this. You cram it on your head because I told you as a student. And there's these other students on the other hand, other students, went deeply to derive why they said
Mhm.
F equals to MA. Who do you think is more knowledgeable?
Yeah.
The first one or second one? Let me repeat again. The
Say
first
again
one,
for me. Yeah.
the first one, the first students, the teacher gave him this formula. F equals to MA. Use this formula to solve all your equations when you are looking for
Yeah.
force. The second students, after when they give him F equals to MA, he said to himself, I want to know the reason why F is equals to MA and not MB. Then he went back home
Mm.
and derived equations. You understand? He
Yeah.
derived equations to prove that F equals to MA. Who do you think is going to be more knowledgeable at the end of the day?
The second one.
Exactly. Because he knows why
Mm.
it's been derived. You know the
Why? Yes.
consequences. You know the reasons.
Mm.
So even though there's a
Yeah.
question that if there is a question that comes out tomorrow and they're like, okay, imagine the for instance now, yes, thank God you're kind of a science student. I don't know if you still remember F equals to MA.
Yes. I hadn't thought
Okay,
about it in a long time, but yes, I do.
yeah, yes. So now imagine if they now said, okay, a ball is falling down with a mass of 20 kilogram.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Calculate the force. The first student will be like, okay, my teacher gave me F equals to MA.
Mm-hmm.
He has his M, but he doesn't have his A.
Is A. Yeah.
He'll be like, what is happening? But for the student that went down and derived why F equals to A, he will know that F at that moment is going to be mg. Because the ball is not on the ground. The ball is not when doing is it kinetic energy. Yes, because
Yeah.
it's not on the ground. It's coming from up. It's doing potential energy. Sorry that I'm putting physics. I'm entering physics. Sorry. Sorry that I'm
Yeah.
putting physics inside trading. I'm sorry. It's going to know that the ball has
Okay.
gained potential energy and it's going to be m equals to g, which means that
Yeah.
our g is always constant 9.8 meter per seconds.
And yeah.
So what you just have to do is was just to what f equals to 20 times 9.8.
9.8. Mm-hmm.
Simple. It will be easy for the second student to get it because he derived and know the
He
reason.
derived it. He knew
Yes.
why. Yeah.
That is why I always say when me I want to teach, I will teach the way I learn, the way I taught myself. Nobody taught me.
Mm.
I sat down and like taught myself. Because I can't be giving you this, and expect you to get this. I will want to tell you how it's been derived. So that you less time, you understand. It will be easier for you when the market is displaying something. You understand? It's not like
Yeah.
you'll be looking for the law I'm giving to you. You'll be looking at why did
Yeah.
it happen.
Mm.
Now, let's first start with the triangle. Now, assuming we have a
Okay.
triangle, let me draw the triangle here, safe. Don't let me, I don't want to draw it to show you that they already have everything in store. This is a triangle shape. So it means that the price will be, or the price was, because I'll give you an assignment. The price was
Okay.
maybe the price. They said they will tell you. Let me tell you what you will hear. They will say you have reversal chart patterns. You have the reversal
Mm-hmm.
and the continuational. You have the reversal chart pattern and the continuational chart pattern. What does the reversal chart pattern means? It means that the price of the market falls inside the triangle and was, you know, oscillating inside the triangle. Reversal means
Mm-hmm.
it's going to start selling, which means it came in
Okay.
buying, the market was buying before, it entered that pattern, it started selling. That's reversal. There was a reversal in price. You understand? Because the price was going up before,
Yeah.
but it came down. That's reversal. Continuational, they said. Are you writing it down?
Yeah.
So this for reversal. Let me know when you are done.
Okay, 2 seconds. Okay.
Okay. For continuational, it means that the market falls in back, was oscillating. But instead of breaking it down, making it to be reversal,
Mm-hmm.
hmm, it continue to break it bluishly. It will still pay the same homage. Are you getting me?
Yeah.
Now, in chart patterns, let's now compare it to S and D, the law of S and D. What is this?
Mm-hmm.
First law. The price was oscillating along a what? Known price. First
Yeah.
law. Second law is broke out
Mm-hmm.
and retested and continue. That's second law. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Now, like I said they will say there's reversal and there's what? There's continuational.
Continuation. Mm-hmm.
Most questions students now fail to now ask their mentor is that how will I know it wants to break up or it wants to break
Down.
down? Which means how will I know it's going to be a reversal and continuational? Because I wouldn't know until it breaks it. I don't know if you
It
get what I'm
actually
trying to say.
happens. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's because they don't understand the knowledge. These are the reasons, like I used to say, there are challenges of you not coming from the deep phase. Assuming they use the third law, you understand? It's easier for you to
Mm.
know. Very, very easy. Because this is what is going to happen. Let's say now, I will ask you now, the market was coming like this,
Mm-hmm.
came like this, came back like this. Is it breaking bearishly or bluishly? Using your third law. Look at it very well.
Mm.
Is it going to go up like this? Is it going to go up or is it going to come down? Which means, is it going to be the market was coming from here, ne? Up. Is it
Yeah.
going to be a continuational or a reversal?
Or reversal.
Seeing what happened here. Look at it very well.
Yeah.
I'm asking a question. Is it going to be a reversal? It's going to be a continuational.
Um, I think it's gonna be a continuation in the direction of the false breakout.
Is it going to buy or let me use the word. Is it going to buy or is it going to sell?
It's going to continue by.
Why? It will sell. Because according to what I said,
Okay.
listen very well. I
All
know you
right.
get you will get it after explaining again now. The market was
Okay.
accumulating, then it manipulated. If you can see, it was not obeying these lines again, the line of the triangle. It broke out those line of
Yeah.
triangle, which means the
Yeah.
manipulation happened here.
Yeah.
The first breakout happened here. And when the first breakout
Mm-hmm.
happened bluishly, I told you, if first breakout happened bluishly, eh, it means
Yes,
the real direction goes bearishly.
bearish.
It
Oh,
means
yes,
it's going
yes.
to sell,
It's gonna
pay the
go down,
respects, and go down. So
then
with
go
that,
down. Oh, yes.
the moment you see your
Oh,
manipulation,
yes.
you
Yeah.
already know that, oh, this market is going down. So you can enter from here immediately and join the sale. So even though when you enter here and your mates
False
that they are
breakout.
mentors, they'll be like,
Mhm.
ah, no, how did you know it's going to sell? It's because you've worked with the elderly ones. I'm sorry to say.
Right.
Sorry. Sorry. They've taught you when to dine and when to wine. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So that's how it works. Now I'll ask you another question. Then the rest, what I'm going to do for the rest is I'll give you to go and make research about different chart patterns we have. Eh? Now this is going to be
Okay.
a written one. You're gonna find the different type of chart patterns we have, and you will make sure you understand them and how they were all derived with what demand and supply. You make sure that
Okay.
everything works with demand and supply. Now let's go to the last one. Okay, we have triangle. You do the triangle. Do the triangle. You understand? Do the triangle. I don't want to be that teacher that gives simple classwork and give hard assignments. All right, I talked about
Mm.
another one. Every other thing works aligned with the same idea of this triangle I gave to you. So it shouldn't be hard for you. So the one that I think does not work in hand to hand with it is what? Is head and shoulder, which is going to be where we're going to
Yeah.
stop this morning. Head,
Yeah.
head, and shoulder. What does head and shoulder mean? We have the pattern here. No need for me to draw.
Okay.
You can see it here. Okay, so this is how it actually looks like. So the head and shoulder has some labeling. We have the left leg, we have the left shoulder, we have the head. I don't know what's wrong with my keyboard, my laptop. We have the right neck,
Mhm.
we have the right shoulder, and we have the right leg. Now, let me label it again. So here, so here is what? Left leg, LL, left leg, like normal leg. Here is the left shoulder. This is like a human being. This is the shoulder, shoulder, head. This is the shoulder, shoulder, head. I get him. Leg,
Yeah.
leg. This is the right side, which make this right shoulder and make this right leg. This is the left side,
Okay.
which make this left shoulder, left leg, like normal leg. I listen to me.
Yeah.
Yes. So now let's look very well. Let me derive this for you to make
Okay.
things easier. Now, what happened here? Let's say this is a resistance. Of course it is. This is the resistance because when the price got here, it's pushed down. This is another
Change direction,
resistance.
yeah.
Yeah, let's call this R2, R1. Now let's draw the zone like this. Which law happens here? First, second, or third?
Hmm.
Let me draw it very well again for you. Don't let me use the pen. Let me use normal. This is a comprised of all resistance. This is how it happened. The price was obeying. Hey, for I took it away from me. Sorry. Sorry, please let me redraw it. Okay, as I was saying. So normally what happened was the market
Hmm.
was buying before.
Yeah.
It was buying like this before.
Hmm.
Then it sold. Then it means this is R1, resistance one. This is S1,
Hmm.
which means you can draw it like this. Our resistance, our demand zone. Because I always tell you we won't be using the support and resistance. Because we don't want to be accurate. We don't want to be accurate to lose. We want to be precise to win. But instead, what happened later was like, instead of it respecting this, just the normal way it always does. You understand?
Yeah.
It breaks just above it, then falls back
Hmm.
in and retested this. So this is a false breakout.
Hmm.
So which law did this thing obey, this head and shoulder? Is it the first law or the one that supplied the second law or the third law?
Third law.
Exactly. So the fact that the first breakout happened bluishly, since the market has to go what? And break the zone
Bearish. Yeah.
bearishly, retest it, then selling. Now,
Breakdown.
this is the head and shoulder. Now we now have the inverted head and shoulder. It's the same thing. It's just like they turn it upside down. You understand? This is still the head, shoulder, shoulder, and leg, leg. Now, this is going to be support. It won't be resistance anymore. The first breakout happened below this support. Yeah, you understand?
Yeah.
So the resistance.
Yeah.
It seems it was going to break what bluishly retest and go. They call this
Go back.
inverted head and shoulder. As
Okay.
this head and shoulder has been turned upside down. So that is that about that. So your assignment now is that, have you written them?
Yeah.
All right. Please do it to reach out to me immediately after this class. So, like, let me say 10 minutes after this class, so you can get the recording.
I was about to ask you because I'm gonna have to go back to the
Mm. All right. So your assignment
Mhm.
now is look and make research about all charts patterns, or let me say the ones that you have already. You understand that I mentioned. Browse about them and check out
Okay.
how a first law, second law, third law of S and D
Mhm.
works with them.
Okay.
I would say just the third law because it's the third law that works with it because the third law comprises of the first, second, and third.
The
Understand?
first and second one.
Using the price, using that price delivery system, which is the third law movement.
Okay.
This price delivery system, and that man came out and called himself Wyckoff, did the same thing. But his own was in advanced level. But I don't see the meaning of the advancement. It's still the same thing. Everything we do,
Mm.
everything to make money and write book in trading. You understand? But it's still the same thing.
Yeah.
So that's that. That's going to be your assignment. So thank you very much for today. I hope you enjoyed the class because I enjoyed the class using the
I really enjoyed the class as well.
So
Thank you so much. Will you be
with
able
this,
to, when will you be able to send me the recording?
just message in the next 10 to 20 minutes after I'm being notified that it's available.
Okay, cool beans. Cool
All right.
beans.
Thank you
Thank you
very
so
much.
much.
You're
Okay.
welcome. Yeah.
You have a good, great day.
And you
Bye.
too. Bye.